Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start off real quick by telling you that I am going to go ahead and cancel today's live stream. I forgot that I have a date with Little Miss Alaska Prepper today. There's something that we have to go do that I do not want to cancel. So we will see you on Sunday at 12 noon Alaska time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And to remind you that tomorrow at 9 a.m. Alaska time, I will be over with Frontier Preppers, participating in a live stream with them. We're going to be having some cafecito and talking about money. One of my favorite things to talk about over with Frontier Preppers. So go ahead and put that on your schedule for tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun. The last thing is I put up a video on Rumble that there is absolutely no possible way I could have put up here on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link to the Alaska Prepper Rumble page. So if you want to go check out that video, go check it out. But make sure that you have some thick skin. And ladies and gentlemen, what happens when a country's fiat currency loses all confidence? People revert to those things that they know have value and that have proven to have value over the centuries, if not millennia, that mankind have been using those things. Venezuelans break off flakes of gold to pay for meals and haircuts. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? Take a look at what Venezuela's been doing since around 2012 and to what they've continued to do. They've been devaluing their currencies, adding zeros to their dollars or their pesos or bolivars, whatever it is that you call it. It's all the same thing, fiat currency. They've been devaluing it like crazy. And now it's come to the point where their fiat currency is so worthless that people are now reverting back to using gold in everyday barter. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on here in these United States of America, as well as in many other countries that have their own printing press? We are all abusing the power of the printing press by creating more fiat currency than there is value in the system. So eventually, in my opinion, we will revert back to a system where we have to barter. And what is the best money? What has proven to be the best money throughout the history of mankind when it comes to exchanging value for value? Precious metals, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is do a little bit of research, and that's what you will come up with. Bloomberg says, to fathom the magnitude of Venezuela's financial collapse, travel southeast from Caracas, past the oil fields, and over to Orinoco River, and head deep into the savannah that blankets one of the most remote corners of the country. There, in the barbershops and restaurants and hotels that constitute the main strip of one dusty little outpost after another, you'll find prices displayed in grams of gold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in grams of gold. And here, when we get into what they're spending, you'll see how much a gram of gold will get you, or a part of a gram of gold will get you. And you will see that it reverts back to a nominal price that's pretty equivalent to what we pay for things now. So ladies and gentlemen, right here it says that a one-night stay at a hotel is about a half a gram of gold. So right now, a gram of gold here in US dollars, I would say it's probably going, with a premium and everything, it's probably going for around $70 or so. Roughly around $60, $70. So one night stay at a hotel, it's about $35 there. And that kind of makes sense. Lunch for two at a Chinese restaurant, a quarter of a gram. So you're looking at about roughly $15 to $20. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? A haircut, an eighth of a gram. So you're looking at around roughly $8 to $10. And they say here, ladies and gentlemen, that in this high technology world of the 21st century, where all you have to do is take a credit card nowadays and tap it. That's how I get my stuff at Costco. I never slide it and I never put in the chip anymore. I just tap it. It literally takes about 1 second. That we are now, or at least they are now, reverting to a low-tech world. And that is what I see coming. I see a low-tech world coming, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to talk about that on Sunday. I was going to talk about that today, but we're going to talk about that on Sunday. And why it is that we're going to revert back to more of a low-tech world and to more of a family unit. Most of the world moved on from gold as a medium exchange over a century ago. It's resurfacing in Venezuela today is the most extreme manifestation of the repudiation of the local currency, meaning that they're sick of their fiat currency. After years of meddling in the economy by Nicolas Maduro's socialist regime, the Bolivar has been rendered almost worthless by hyperinflation. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is look around. If you live in the United States, look around at what's happening. We are only in the beginning part. Right now, we are Venezuela in 2012. That's where we are right now. We are Venezuela in 2012. And look at how quickly they went from being the richest and wealthiest South American nation to being pretty much the poorest. Where they have so much wealth under their feet in the form of oil, they can't even pay to extract that oil because their currency is so worthless. It says here that people simply stopped trusting the Bolivar because it no longer did what it said it was going to do. It no longer fulfilled its function as a currency. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because it was never a currency. It was a fiat currency. Learn the difference between a currency and a fiat currency. A currency is like what the dollar used to be. It's what the dollar used to be before it got stripped away from the backing of gold. A currency is a piece of paper. Here you go. A currency is a piece of paper that has something physical backing it up. So this one piece of paper, you can go to a bank and you can trade it in for this $1 coin. That's a currency. A fiat currency is a piece of paper that has nothing physical backing it up. It's nothing but a promise. It is a promissory note, which means that it is debt. Because if you have this piece of paper, this fiat currency, you are owed something for this fiat currency. Because there's nothing physical backing it up. I hope you understand that. And they pretty much say you just got to feel for it. You can tell that it's gold just by looking at it or touching it. It's just like this right here, ladies and gentlemen. I received this awesome little Cardano token from one of our community members. And when I opened it, I was like, this isn't silver. I could tell that it's not silver. But this right here, not only by looking at it, but would you hand it to me? And I can feel the weight and I can hear how it sounds on a... You hear that? You can hear how it sounds when you put it. You can tell right away that it is. So people have become accustomed to knowing what is real and what is not. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we will find ourselves there one day. We will find ourselves one day hoping that we would have put away a little bit of precious metals. Even a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. But these people over here that are trading with precious metals, they know that they have something that has real value. Instead of something that they have no idea whatsoever what it's going to be worth tomorrow. This is what the difference is between real money, and I always forget to bring a dollar bill or something, and fiat currency or fake money. Fiat currency is fake money. This is the analogy I use. You see this? This is an element. This is comprised of an element. Well, most of it is because this is only 90, let me see. Yes, 90%. This is comprised of an element, silver. That's what has value in it. It's an element. You can't change it. So I want to go ahead and make a comparison between this and the dollar. Let's say that you are building a house. Or let's say when I was building this bunker, right? This bunker actually came out pretty square, believe it or not. But let's say that when I was building this bunker, I was using a real tape measure, all right, which is equivalent to real money. And I also had a fiat tape measure, which is equivalent to fiat currency, because the value of fiat currency changes every single day. Whereas the value of gold and silver, precious metals, it doesn't change. The value is there always. It's not changing. Do you think that I would have been better off building my bunker with a real tape measure where 12 inches is 12 inches every day? Or with a fiat tape measure where 12 inches was 12 inches one day, but the next day that 12 inches got a little shorter. But it still said that it was 12 inches. but it wasn't the same length as it was the day before. There's no way that you can build anything with a tape measure that changes every day. Just like the dollar, the value changes every day. Whereas real money, gold, silver, even platinum, palladium, even rhodium, the value in those things, they are consistent. They are always the same. Why? Because you can't change what silver is. It is an element. You can't change what gold is. It is an element. So the value that it has, it's never ending or is everlasting. Whereas the value of a piece of paper that has some ink on it with the face of a president and a few numbers, the value of that changes always. And who here can tell me that the value of those fiat currency notes that we know as the dollar or the Federal Reserve note have now lost a ton of value here in the last year or two? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they've lost a ton of value. And you know it just as well as I do. So I would say that, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would say that part of being prepared is also having a little bit of precious metals put aside. It doesn't have to be a lot, but a little bit, just enough so that if the money that you have becomes worthless, you can have a little bit so that you can still carry on your everyday life. Having said that, I hope that you got something out of this. I'm going to go ahead and put out another short video along with this one here later on today because it has to do with companies hoarding. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, you can't be a hoarder, but why are companies doing it? But I'm going to go ahead and put up a short video that has to do with that later on today. And it has to do with something that a lot of people love and something that I think that we all ought to be prepping as well. Having said that, have a great day. We'll see you all on Sunday. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on Saturday over at Frontier Preppers for their live stream. So have a great rest of your Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper, and I'm out. God bless.